Hello, welcome to Cami Designs, and today I'm going to go over how to start and do this slipper. It's going to be a video series, so the first one I'm going to do is just show you how to do the toe, and then you can finish this foot part on your own. But if you want the pattern of this, it is available on Ravelry in my Ravelry store, and I will post a link to that pattern. Now, to start, you want to do a magic loop, and I am using the Ogo yarn. So this is 1/2 of my Ogo yarn, and this toe I started in blue, and I've been working off this end, so this is what the next toe will be. Now, to do this, you want to do a magic loop. And I have a video on how to do a magic loop. It's only 2 minutes long. So if you need help with that, just feel free to go over and watch that 2-minute video. But if not, I will show you right here. So I go through and pull up. And this pattern can be worked with a magic loop, or it can be worked with a chain 3. So this is how you do a magic loop. And that will pull the toe closed really tightly. But to do a chain 3, I want to do a slip knot and chain 3. And I leave it a little loose so I'll be able to work into it. 1, 2, 3. And I want to put this into the first stitch. And I want to slip stitch it. And now this right here will be the hole I work into. So I want to chain 2, and this does not count as a double crochet. So I want to do 10 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It does get really tight. 8, 9, and this should be 10. But I will count them just to be sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the chain 2. So I want to slip stitch this to the first double crochet. Just like that. And now I have this Ogo yarn. I've noticed it's thicker, and I'm not sure I like working with it so much, but this peacock yarn does bleed a little bit, so I'll end up with blue marks on my hands and on my fingers for where I hold it. Not all the peacock has done this. I had another skein that did not bleed, but this one did. So if you get yarn that bleeds, it's best to soak it in equal parts vinegar to water for a couple hours. And then don't wring them dry, just rinse them and then just lay them flat to dry. Okay, now back to this slipper. So I want to chain 2, or no, sorry, chain 1, and I want to do 2 single crochets in each stitch. And the single crochet, or this chain 1, does not count. So 1, 2, I will say that I do like the tangle-free aspect of this Ogo yarn. I'm just not a fan of the yarn itself, the texture of this yarn. And this is Red Heart Super Saver, but if you don't mind the texture so much and you just really want it for the colors, then it's good yarn. And I'm creating patterns to go specifically for the Ogo Red Heart Super Saver, because I've tried other patterns and sometimes they don't necessarily turn out like the pattern says because the yarn is a little thicker. And I have a cowl. It's called Celtic Ocean. And it's a cowl and it's made with this peacock Ogo yarn. And the pattern is also available on my Ravelry store. I'll probably try to put a link in. I'm not sure. If not, I'll put a link at least to my Ravelry page. Now, I'm going to count before I do this last one here. So, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this one doesn't count because this was the chain one. So I want to go into this one. And so I'm going to slip stitch into that one there. Now I have 20 single crochets. Now I want to repeat this round once. So I'm going to chain one. Or not, sorry, not repeat it, but I want to single crochet in each one. So I have one row of 2 in each, and then this is going to be a single crochet in each one. So I chained one, which does not count, and I'm going to go. And you notice it works up pretty fast. And right now it's laying flat. It lays pretty flat. It does puff up just a little bit, but it lays pretty flat. But as you work, it will start making almost like a cup. And this is for a size 7, 7.5, all the way up to an 8.5. And I can wear these slippers with socks and still be comfortable. So I'm just going to finish single crocheting around my circle here. And this pattern also uses a Celtic weave, which I have a video on that if you want to, buy the pattern and work it yourself and then need help on the Celtic weave. I do have a video on my channel for that. But if not, if you want to follow along, that's great too. And then you'll have the pattern for free. So I'm going to count my stitches. And this is where a stitch marker might come in handy, because the more you get going, you're not going to want to count every row. It will get tedious real fast. So I'll just take a stitch marker. And I can tell this is my chain right here. So this is my first stitch I did. Oops. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20. Okay, that's all of them. Needed 20 single crochets. So I'm going to slip stitch into this, and this is going to start curling because of that. So I want to move this now to the first one I do. So now I'm going to chain one, and what I do sometimes is I will put this onto this loop because that's the one that is going to need it. So I want to single crochet into this first stitch. See, now it's already on that one. And then I want two single crochets in the next one. So 1, And you want to repeat this all the way around. 1, and then 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. 1. And when you're all done with this, you should have a total of 30 single crochets. 1. Oh, okay, that's 1. Okay. And if you get lost, you can look back and see this isn't my hole, so I have, looks like 2 V's going into it. So I did a 2 in that one. So this one only needed 1. So now I need 2 into this one. And now 1. And now 2. And 1. And 2. And 1. And 2. And I do talk to myself when I crochet and I have to do something like that. So it's not something I'm just doing for the video. This is what I do for if I'm by myself, if I'm around people and I'm knitting or crocheting, I still count. So it was 1, and this should be 2. And this should be my 30. Okay. But this one I'll count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 30. Okay. And if you'll notice, if I have to take my hook out, I always pull this really long because it's less likely to get pulled out. Now, this row, then I want to slip stitch into this one here. So I'll put my hook into it and then I will pull out my stitch marker, slip stitch, take my stitch marker, and I will hook it on to this loop there. And now I want to chain 1 into single crochet. So I'll do it in this loop here. So 1. And so I'm just single crocheting all the way around. And then that is this will be the last base. So then after this, everything is the same until you meet the top of your foot. Or where your top of your foot meets your ankle, I should say. And you'll notice I'm still on the same color from this Ogo yarn, but it's slowly changing. I'll be into the dark green here shortly. So I'm just single crocheting in every loop. And I have it really tight because it's a slipper, and I noticed to loosen the stitches. If I were to do half double crochet, yes, it would go faster, but you would have bigger holes. And when I'm doing a slipper, I like to have really tight holes, so then my feet don't get cold, and it doesn't hurt my feet so much to walk on it, or it doesn't bother my feet to walk on it, sorry. And so I just keep going here, and I should have 30 stitches still, because I'm just single crocheting in every one. Okay, this should be my last one, but I will count this one as well. Okay, so once again I pull that loose, and then I can count this back to my stitch marker. $9.30. Okay. So I'm going to just take this out and slip it in there. Yeah, this one right here. So slip that in there. Now I have 30. Now I'm just going to repeat that last row, which is just single crochet all the way around until it gets to this point here. On your foot. So what I do is when I'm making it for my size, I will just keep trying it on. Or if you are making it for somebody, just measure from their toe to like their arch of their foot or to their top of their foot. This slipper here is about 9 inches. See if I can zoom out a little bit. It is 9 inches, but it fits a 7 to 8.5. It might fit somebody who is a 9, but I am not a 9, so I don't know. You would have to try it on. Or you might just have to add a few stitches here, a few rows here. But this is the start of the slipper. So to do this, you can either follow this video or you can buy the pattern on Ravelry. And I will be making a video each week for the slipper until it's finished. But if you don't want to just follow along, if you just want to finish them, I'll put the link in the description so you can get the pattern. If not, follow along and you can have the pattern for free. And if you like this video or this pattern, please give me a thumbs up. And please subscribe. And the more subscribers, the more videos I can do. And if you want to see a video, a stitch, please leave it in the comments below. And I'll try to figure it out and do it if I don't already know it. And when I reach 1,000 to 2,000 subscribers, I will start giving away some of these patterns that I designed for free. And you will just be able to go on and pick out a pattern of mine that you want, and you can have it. So, make sure to subscribe, and have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.